guys, how you guys doing? Welcome to Chapin Trebolero. It's Luis here. I'm gonna be sharing Guatemala and who's coming to town. Welcome. All right, so I'm happy to be here sharing with you Guatemala again. Lots of you guys coming down to Guatemala, so we're gonna be talking about that and all the possibilities here in the land of eternal spring. Welcome to Guatemala, y'all. Welcome to Chapin Trebolero. All right, so I just ran into some people that I used to work with at the call center. I just saw him. I didn't talk to them because I saw him busy, but I saw him. So we used to work together about 10 years ago. And what that means, guys, is that there is a job opportunity here in Guatemala for anyone who speaks English. So if you're coming to Guatemala, you're trying to get, you know, some money right away, a call center is a good option. It's not the only option, of course, but we'll talk about that. All right, so traffic in Guatemala City looking good if you're going in that direction, but if you're going on this direction towards downtown Guatemala or going towards the mountains, going to Antigua, Guatemala, it's getting crowded, people. Well, how difficult or how easy it may be for someone who gets deported with nothing. Well, as long as you know your craft, you can start working right away. I mean, I'm showing you the city. You can see the size of the city. And what that means to you and to anyone is that whatever your trade may be, you're gonna get clients here in Guatemala. As long as you know your craft, you're gonna get paid. So you guys in the US, you've probably been there for a while, right? I don't know, maybe 20, 40, well, I hope not 40 years, but maybe 20, because I've heard about people who's been in the States for about 30 years and no documentation yet. So in 30 years, you might have learned a lot of things, right? So the other thing I want to share with you guys is that I've been visiting some small little towns here in Guatemala. They may seem far away, but that's because I'm traveling from Guatemala. Now those places are really cool, quiet, life quality is good, and land is not expensive, very affordable. So you may want to look into that options as well, because I don't think you want to stay here in Guatemala City. You may want to live there in the mountains. I want to live there in the mountains. All right, and so thank you guys for dropping your comments and subscribing. I do appreciate that. Now I know a lot of you have questions about hotel prices in those little towns that I've been visiting. Hi to everyone from Tajumulco. I know a lot of you guys live in New York, so hello to New York. If you're from Tajumulco, thank you for watching the videos. Hotel prices ranging between 100 quetzales up to 150 quetzales, so that's more or less 12, in between 12 to 17, 18 US dollars. All those little towns, they haven't developed, and that's the beauty. That's the beauty, because you are in contact with nature. Now, for example, look here at the boulevard. You can see at the end, you can see the mountain there, Mushbal, but it's packed with homes, right? So I mean, you cannot go and do mountain trail, not possible. Look at that beauty. All right, now you understand what I'm talking about, right? Guatemala City is okay, but there are some shortcomings to the city. I mean, it's reality, right? It's reality. We have to show the city as it is. It is attractive though, but we still have challenges. All right, 4 p.m. in Guatemala City. Traffic jams already here. And they're gonna stay. Now this is what we're gonna be looking at the next 4 hours. Like for example, me, I am here in Los Próceres in zone 10. Like for example, if I want to go back to my neighborhood, it would take me about an hour, something that I can walk in 30 minutes. So that more or less gives you an idea of the complexity on how we move in the city. This is the moment when traffic comes to a halt altogether. Pollution intensifies, and you no longer want to be walking here on the sidewalk, but you have to do it because you work and live in the city. And this is probably the moment in which you decide that living in a small town far away from Guatemala City, it's a good idea. But I also want to mention that pollution is concentrated in those big main avenues, the ones that everyone get to move around, kind of sort of the freeway, because we don't have a freeway network here in Guatemala. You can see this, I think it is a street or avenue, lots of trees, looking beautiful. I was looking into the statistics for transportation here in the capital city, Guatemala, and my understanding, based on the data that they publish about vehicles or anything that moves with wheels in the city, it's about 5 million vehicles per day. But that's also because there's about 2 million bikes. So that means 2 million Guatemalans get on their bikes every day. There are lots of bikes here in Guatemala. Now the reason why there are so many bikes is because public transportation is not enough. Its planning kind of works a little bit for some areas of the city, but there are still huge areas that are not being covered. All right, so public transportation in Guatemala, my friends, is facing lots of challenges. They have initiated here with the construction of the Aerometro. So the Aerometro is going to be the cable car that's going to be moved from here. This is Plaza España, and it's going to be initially from Plaza España to El Trébol. So El Trébol is my neighborhood, and that's how it's going to work. I guess it's going to have 4 stops in between, so it's going to be one main station here. It's going to be 4 stops, that's my understanding, and it's going to be ending at El Trébol. So if everything goes as planned, then they're going to initiate phase 2, which means El Trébol to Misco, and that's going to be a lot more distance, and I think it's going to be a lot more beneficial too, because El Trébol to Plaza España It's good news, it's good news. Yeah, because when it's raining, I mean, the bus is gonna take forever to move in either direction. So this is Aerometro, and based on the information that they're sharing, it's gonna be finished by the end of this year, hopefully this year. I'm crossing my fingers, I don't know yet. Alright, so employment in Guatemala on how to make a living. Actually, it's not that complicated. You will find a job here in Guatemala. If you don't know anything, as long as you have the DPI, which is the ID. Now, if you don't have it, you could also find a job. Ways of making money in Guatemala by, you know, starting a small business, using your talents, your creativity. Actually, that's a plus. You can do a lot of things in Guatemala that you may not be allowed to do elsewhere. So that's a plus right there. Ooh, it's windy. Let me share with you guys, last night we were here in Guatemala City. We're around 7 Celsius, about 38 Fahrenheit, but it felt a lot more cooler than that. So on the other hand, I wanna get my thoughts straight, because I'm dealing with a lot of things as I walk Guatemala. It's windy, it's noisy, and there is some pollution, of course. So talking about opening your own business, that's fine here. I mean, that's not difficult. Any skills that you may have, if you're coming to Guatemala, why not, right? I mean, we're not gonna stop you. Maybe you know something, maybe you have something that we need, and maybe you can find Guatemala a place where you want to stay and finally call it home. And if that's the case, well, you may want to give it a try. All right, so let me go back to you, because I've been talking and referring to you in terms in which it sounds like I'm referring to anyone with legal status or who may be a US citizen, which may be the case. But it also may be the case that lots of you are proficient. I mean, you probably speak English native level because you were taken into the US when you were kiddos, and you probably grew up with that language, and yet you don't have your legal status in the US. So if you, I mean, just with the English language, that's already an advantage, big advantage, guys. Hello, hola, hola. So I guess I got some suscriptores, they're subscribers, yeah, which, by the way, guys, subscribe. They were looking at me, but I was working with my video in English. Shame on me, I wasn't speaking Spanish, but I am also creating this video in Spanish. Already. So I was talking about the big advantage that you guys already have with the English language. Now, if on top of that you also have a college degree, whatever college degree, that's going to help humongously. It's going to be a lot of help. And if you know more than that, well, guys, I mean, don't you worry, because your education is already within you, in your brain, so you're gonna be okay. It's not gonna be US status, but you're gonna be okay. So you guys may want to go live in a small town out of Guatemala City and start your own enterprise there. That's also a good option. right, guys, so don't be afraid of coming back to Guatemala if that's the case. If you have a lot of experience in whatever trade, you're gonna be able to use it here in Guatemala. Let me tell you, there are lots of people from other countries coming to Guatemala. They don't have documents. I'm telling you, they don't. We get lots of people from El Salvador, Honduras, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama, Colombia, Venezuela, Argentina, lots of them, Haiti as well, Dominican Republic. We get a lot of people that come to Guatemala, no documents or whatsoever, and they are living, they're opening their own businesses. So if you are a Guatemalan descendant, you've been in the States for so many years and you're afraid of coming back to Guatemala, it's not gonna be the same kind of money, but it could be. It all depends on your skills. All right, well, so thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Now, if English is the only language you've been using all your life, well, I invite you to join me at Chapin Trebolero in Spanish, so we can start working with those Spanish skills, guys. But don't you worry, because if you don't speak Spanish, as soon as you get your DPI, which is your national ID, you can get a JOB like this. Thank you, guys. We'll see you on the next one from Guatemala. Luis, Chapin Trebolero.